Hello, welcome back. Last time I showed the first little bit of this game. That's the journal. I'm looking for the map. That's the initial room state. Okay, don't know my own buttons. Here we go. That's the map. So, we did a couple of rooms up here on the surface, went down below into a snake pit, acquired some keys. Ah, right, I am aware there is a room there because I'm standing where there's a ladder going down. I'm aware there's a room here because I'm standing where there's an exit to the east. But I don't know what's in those rooms because I haven't been to them yet. Let's go to one. So, second dungeon of the game, Bombug Cavern. So, new monster. We have a Bombug here, several of them in fact. So, little tutorial room showing how this creature works. There's a bunch of little reasonably safe places to interact with it. Makes a little noise when I get in line with it. And if I step in that corner, this happens. Kaboom. Oh, by the way, something's new in my journal. Hold on. Flying snake does not interact with pressure plates. Yeah, so one flew across a pressure plate in the room above, and that was Leaf's observation about that. Alright, so, this creature, I highlighted, it's showing me its sight lines and explosion radius. So step there, explosion gets primed, and one turn later, creature explodes. There's something else in this room too. These are hot coals. So if I try to break that myself, I die because I stayed there for a turn. So basically, drawed hot tile. Again, a lot of drawed in this game. It's fine. So, I have to surmise that I need explosion help to break that open. And that's one way to get it. There are several different ways. So, gotta go in here, because these count as monsters, must be cleared to get through the room. So all I can do is step here. That one primes, this one turns toward me without moving. So all I can do is step, if I step west, I die. If I wait, I die. If I step Yes, that makes sense. I understand why that is. Alright, it's fine. It'd be a lot to explain why I paused there. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll explain later. Okay, so anyway, right. So, forced moves here. Step here. All I can do is step south. This demonstrates that when a Bombug turns to face me, it doesn't move at the same time. Also, that if I step into its area, that's safe. It will prime the explosion. It's the next turn where something goes wrong. If I attack you, you will explode right away, and I will be standing there, so therefore I won't be safe. So, step forward, step back. That's how to clear the room. Once again, 3 prime keys needed for Terra key. Alright, so we got several observations about the Bombug. This is, I would say, the most complicated monster. At least has the most journal entries. Advances toward Leaf in orthogonal directions. Turns without moving if not already facing. Does not bite. Primes within 1 tile, any direction. Explodes 3 by 3. Explodes when attacked. And explosions destroy cracked walls. So that's what Leaf has currently seen the Bombugs do. Right, sorry, hold on. Gotta slow down. Sorry, I am too used to playing these puzzles. I have to intentionally actually see them instead of just the inputs I need to make to get through them. I've played this so many times. Alright, so natural cover. Got 3 ways to go here. So a split up path looking very similar to maybe this one. The door and key cash-in point is a little separated, but you can still tell what this is. So flying snake totally caged in by iron fences. We've interacted with these before, at least a little bit. I mean, they're solid, and that's basically what I know about them at this point. Flying snake can't go anywhere. This is tall grass. And this Bombug is looking to the east and not looking at me, so I can hide in the grass or behind the grass and not be seen. So line of sight blocker, right, I can also roll over you to see the sight line stops at the grass. So anyway, puzzle is, Bombug needs to get together with Flying Snake because I certainly can't kill that, so I need your help. And you need to get out of this ring of grass, which is making it actually hard to move you around. So I need to be in a place where I have line of sight to you and can move you. There are lots of different paths through this grass. That was a relatively simple one. There are simpler. Yeah, so this is not as strong of an encouragement as the snake pit room was to go south first. So East is the direction I want the player to go first, but this is often the position where you might end up at the end of the room. This is actually closer to north. North is fine. I kind of just don't want anybody to go west, but they will. It's fine. All directions are acceptable. I'm just doing these little subtle guiding hand things to try to imply you should probably go to the place that's closest to you because it might be easier than the others and teach you some important concepts. Bomb bug, by the way, explosions kill other monsters, is what I just learned. Okay? So another new thing here. Monster inside. This is a monster block. So what can you do with a monster block? Well, let's hold off on interacting with that. Bomb bug doesn't cross water, gets a little closer to me. Pressure plate lowers that, but I can't be there to interact with it. So a monster block. It pushes. So push a monster block around. Feels just like any push block, and since it's the only thing I can do, that must go on the pressure plate. And suddenly the bomb bug is running to the right. How odd. Explodes on hot coals, pushes that monster block. Monster block dies on hot coals. This one's still here, so I can start moving this. Door's not open yet, so check it out. These are actually monsters. So these are blocks you can push that also has to be dealt with in order to clear the room and move on. Oh, there's a lot going on in this room. So, you know, a first-time player will just kind of go through this and absorb what they absorb. The journal will tell them about some stuff. But yeah, I'm realizing just now that quite a few concepts are being introduced here. But, you know, there's no real choice here, basically. There's very little way to fail the room. You just kind of do it, see what happens, and learn for later. By the way, monster block is a new category here, but also bomb bug. Explodes on hot coals if it doesn't move for a turn, so it did do that. Blocks can be pushed by explosions. We saw that happen. Bomb bug flees from monster block. And if multiple monster blocks can be seen at a time, the closer one takes priority. Technically, we did see that. This journal's kind of giving away a little more than maybe it should at this point, but I'd rather give too much than too little. Because what we saw was, in the initial state of this room, there was a monster block here, and one here. The bomb bug... Oh, technically we did not actually see that, because the bomb bug died to the hot coals before the player could observe that it was actually running south instead of east at that point. Okay. I may change how that observation is registered to make sure it doesn't trigger in this room, because that's definitely premature. Okay, so that's a note to myself. Premature observation. Bomb bug must survive running from the monster, or survive to the end of the turn for that one to commit or something? I'll have to think about it. Anyway, but that's fine. That is how it works. Alright, so monster blocks and bomb bugs. Main thing we saw there of importance was bomb bug flees from monster block. Also, monster block, by the way, can be pushed, dies if left on hot coals for a turn, becoming an inert push block, and dies in water, becoming a stepping stone. So we saw all that. Alright, so what do we have in this room? Monster gate requires these four to be killed. These are here, you can deal with them, sort of. Looks like there are only two places to deal with them, because one will get stuck here if I push it. And this would go in the water and have nowhere else to go, but this doesn't have a place to go. Okay, so let's think about the bomb bug. There's a pressure plate here that opens that door, and one way to get to the pressure plate. Right, so toggle switch, can't deal with it because that involves staying in place for one turn. So I'm going to need somebody's help for that. So I go here, and if I just wait, the bomb bug comes and takes a drink at the watering hole. Very cute, but not too helpful for solving the puzzle. So, bomb bug flees from monster block. There's grass around. I can move these however I wish. Bomb bug really wants to end up here to explode and hit the toggle switch and let me out, because this is, by the way, a trapdoor over water. And I just need to set up a path for the bomb bug to follow. So this lamp post is in the way, so is the water. So you obviously need to go north or south. South doesn't look too good, so turn north at some point. Turn west at some point, turn south at some point. So if I tried a layout like this... Sure, let's imagine I tried to do this. I'll go here. You'll actually see that too early. Run to the grass, see the other one, run away, and then see nothing and just sit there. So this needs to be farther north. If you were to try here, you would discover that this is not camouflaged enough for a monster block. Bombug still knows about it, so that's no good. So the southmost that can be is right here. And it does need to be hidden from view so that the Bombug will not just run south before encountering this one. I guess you could do this and later realize that this is trapped against a wall. Okay, you could do that, but don't. I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, so then this sets up a pretty straightforward path. You're going to go here, and bounce off that, so therefore you just have to go south toward the switch, and there's exactly one correct place for that. And there we go. Bombug goes there, explodes in hot coals, lets me out. And in the process of dropping that trapdoor, I revealed a third way to kill a monster block. So there we go, stepping stone here. Ruined the watering hole, but nobody's using it anymore anyway. And then hot coals. There we go. Heated pool. So, key is here. 3 monster gates in the way, 3 monsters in the way of the monster gates. Cattails, by the way, these are sightline blockers, though it's not particularly relevant for this puzzle. You will see it happen. So if I just wait here and explode you, then I just don't have any tools for dealing with this one, because you need that pressure plate to open that door. But why do you want that? That doesn't get me all the way to land. Well, let's assume we want it for some reason. Yeah, so cattails blocking line of sight. Bombug does not turn toward me, but that's not relevant until later. So here's a monster block. Gotta do something with it. This isn't enough space to bridge. Oh, but look at that. There might be some spaces that are enough to bridge. Can't push here and here, but if this were open, then that could be bridgeable. So you just sort of push back and forth across, since Bombug turns away when fleeing and takes a turn to turn back toward Leaf as he walks by. You gain a space between them each pass of the monster block. So just go back and forth until that lands on the pressure plate. Opening the way here, and the only thing I can do is sacrifice this. So that Bombug explodes, and this convenient little hot coals for disposing of that takes care of the rest of the problem. So, right, I've been here, I've seen 2 other rooms I can go to. Hopefully I will go north because it's the next closest. If I go west I might have a slightly worse time, but north is fine. Anyway, so, only one thing I can interact with first, and it is this toggle switch, which does those. Several Bombugs in here, Flying Snake way out of the way. Toggle switch here with 2 doors. It toggles its own thing, but that doesn't help. Nothing I can currently access gets me both of these open to hit that to get the Flying Snake. So I'm gonna need some help to do it. And since it's the only thing I can do, I'll pull out some Bombugs and realize that the room is called Chain, and maybe have the idea that if one explodes, check it out, they all explode at once. So I want to be standing here when this gets toggled. In order to accomplish that, let's set up a chain. There we go, that's a chain. Step here, step back, explosions don't go until I've finished my move, of course. I'm up here, I can step north, I can hit that, which that's why that toggles this block. Flying Snake is out, and room can be cleared. Alright, choreography. Oh, this one's fun. Right, so, one Flying Snake locked behind several doors. Each door wired to one of these pressure plates. Pressure plates are on hot coals. Key is here, by the way. Oh, this is only a 2-room path to a key, unlike the 3-room paths we've been seeing up to this point. No, this was a 2-room path. Okay, so some are 2, some are 3. Anyway, right, by the way, this icon says uncleared room. This icon is there is a key in the room. And I guess those are the only ones we can see other than room exists here but haven't been yet. Right, yeah, these are floor switchers. And I have buttons on my controller to do it too. Alright, so anyway, some sequence of pressure plates has to be hit in order to let this Flying Snake out, and I have to be to its west in order for it to actually bother to fly out toward me. So, there's a story behind why one of the monsters is a flying snake. I'm not prepared to tell that right now, but at some point I will. Anyway, it's a snake that just happens to have wings. Otherwise, it's a normal snake. Alright, so... yeah, and you can see it starts facing west, and does not turn to face south. It faces east because its preferred axis is horizontal. It won't face south until forced to by me being in line with it. Can't go this way, Monster Gate is there, that's my return trip after I've been in here. So what I need is a setup of bomb bugs that will hit these plates in a sequence that lets the flying snake out. So that's going to be bottom, top, second from bottom, second from top, center. So the easy way to think about that then, well, you might just say, okay, well I just need these in line with something. I've seen people start to set up the room like this. So first problem you run into is the bomb bugs will keep advancing if you do it in that order. So let's try it in the other order. And encounter the problem with that solution. So first one that needs to be hit is the bottom one, and I haven't set it up for that at all. I can do that now. Flying snake advances. Then I need, no, the top one, and the top bomb bug's already gone. So anyway, what you'll eventually realize is we need distances to be relative to which plate needs to be pressed first. So closest, second closest, third, fourth, fifth. So I can set this up from left to right or right to left. I guess right to left is sort of the easier one. I do it from left to right. This is how I'm used to it. So you just leave one extra space before where the plate is. So yeah, number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah, I guess you're either doing the plates in forward order and leaving one extra space here. The extra space is because bomb bugs will advance as I pass by their sight line down here. Or you can do it in backward order and not deal with the extra space, whichever is more comfortable. So if I do it in backward order, that'd be 1, that'd be 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1. Which one's 2? I'm so used to doing this the other way around. That's 2. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so trapdoors go away, and the hot coals are there to dispose of the bomb bugs, because I can wait and get them off of them, but I don't want to because there's a monster gate here. So bomb bug disposal. Door opens, flying snake advances, advances, and there we go, room done. Oh, right, my journal has probably been saying lots of things and I've been ignoring it. I don't want this new marker to stand out too much, but maybe sometimes it doesn't stand out enough. Explosions activate toggle switches, kill other bomb bugs, causing a chain reaction. If Leaf and a monster block are both visible in different directions, fleeing takes priority over chasing, regardless of distance. True, but where did I see that? The only room I would have seen... No, that was in Watering Hole. Because one of these was here, Leaf was visible there, fleeing took priority. The bomb bug did not continue chasing toward me because it saw something scarier closer to it. Okay, technically Leaf wouldn't know this for sure at this point. Ooh. Okay, that's fine. I can open that while... Ooh. That was a little bit weird. Okay, I didn't like that. Alright, so... I need to not allow mouse events on this while I am previewing a room, because then things go weird here. Okay? Again, that's why I'm doing this video now, before release. I mean, you're seeing it after release, but this is being recorded before, so I can fix up these last few things that only show up when I record things on video. Anyway, so 2 prime keys, need a third. Wingman! First, perhaps hard puzzle of this dungeon. So, got a couple of bomb bugs here, 4 of them actually, sorry, 3. I can count, 4 monsters total. Locked away flying snake will be released as soon as I step on this plate. Some cracked walls that I need assistance to break, so here's some assistance. Boom. That gets me in, and disposes of this. Okay, so what's the problem? Can't dispose of that, but why do I care? Here's a flying snake. problem is I go here and I have no valid moves that don't kill me. So you need to make a little bit of a leap in logic, or just pay attention to the room geometry and assume it's important for some reason. First of all, how to extract this bomb bug. That needs to be destroyed by someone who's not me to get that out to go somewhere. And I also need to go in here, so therefore, let's do both at once. So you explode at exactly that spot. I can break those if I want from the other side, or I can actually just leave them. Room used to be laid out so you had to go to the other side and break them, but I made a tweak at some point so that you can actually have room to go around. So this bomb bug comes in. Oh right, can't stop on hot coals, of course. Alright, well those cracked walls will just stay where they are. So, it seems like there's some reason to take this out. So let's figure out what that reason is. It lets the flying snake continue south, and oh, look at that! It's directly in line with me, and can act as a buffer so that the bomb bug does not advance. I guess this is actually a new tile you wouldn't have seen before. Stone brick wall with window. Flying snake's job is done, and things see through windows, of course, because they're transparent. So there we go, that's how Wingman works. Runway. So in Runway, we have several monsters. 1, 2, 3 bomb bugs, 2 flying snakes. This one's locked away, this one's just free. These bomb bugs are locked away, but there's an easily accessible switch that releases all 3. Flying snake, though, requires something on this pressure plate, and the only something that can do that is this bomb bug up north. So, if I go here and try to do this, I'll quickly realize that I must stay vertically in line with this bomb bug, or else it detonates before getting to the pressure plate. And I also realize that I don't have enough time to dance around here. I'm on hot coals, so I can't just wait. And there are bomb bugs closing in both ways, so I can't make it. Therefore, something has to happen. So I got this extra tool here. Maybe it can act as a buffer, as it did in Wingman. Hopefully that idea is in my mind as a player. Anyway, you can actually get it out from all the way down here, but if you want to go up here, that's also available. So Flying Snake comes toward me, just sort of naturally gets into a good spot for this. So as I dance around, you on my east keeps this from advancing too far. And I can do this indefinitely, but I need to stop doing it at some point. So I can't step east because the Flying Snake is too close. I can't step south from here because the bomb bug is too close. West is actually fine. Alright, and there's this little hidey hole here to make cleanup easier. Cleanup at the end of this room used to be a nightmare. I'll talk about changes to these levels after I'm done showing the final versions. Well, as final as they are here. I don't expect to make any puzzle changes in response to this video series. I feel like these are pretty well locked down. But if I see a problem, I'll do something about it. Anyway, yeah, so that Flying Snake is out. Problem is solved. Room is done. By the way, journal's saying things. Flying Snake can safely cross water. I guess that's the first time we saw that. Peekaboo! Alright, so we had 2 rooms about using a Flying Snake as a buffer. Perhaps this is a 3rd one. Caged in by lampposts. Lamppost is functionally identical to Iron Fence, it just looks different. So, right, 2 extra Flying Snakes, I can get out here anytime. Key. Bomb bug up on top of a toggle door, isn't that fun? So let's observe what happens with that. It does not see me because sightline goes right over my head. It can only see on its own elevation level. And if I step here, the toggle door goes down, bomb bug sees me, and there's nothing that I can do to prevent it from exploding. It opened that, but that's not too useful. This one, I can get to see me, but again, can't turn this corner. Main thing is we need somebody to explode this. And that somebody's gonna have to be one of these 2. So which of these 2 can get out? You kinda can, but you can't ever turn that corner, so therefore it has to be you. Therefore, you must step north once, and this has to be blown up by that bomb bug. But you can't step north twice, and me stepping on this pressure plate seems to force a step north twice. So, what you have to realize is you do a slightly more advanced version of the Flying Snake buffer. Lead them around a little bit, use their movement properties to get one to fly to the west, right here. Other one can just be disposed of. It exists just to keep this one at a distance, basically. And you are now sitting on hot coals, immune to them because, as we know, flying snake... Oh, okay, I guess this isn't in the journal yet, but this room, we'll put it there. And you can just clearly see, and also infer, because it's not touching the ground, so it won't be hurt by the hot ground. It'll feel the heat, but not mind it too much. Alright, so I step on this plate. Bombug steps forward off of its perch. Also, I step here to get this one to see me and move. Flying snake has done its job, thank you. You have a job now to blow that up. And there we go, all my tools are now with me. Kaboom, room is clear, key is mine. And entire dungeon is done. So, cash in those 3 keys. Get the green one. And... open. So, one more puzzle here of the Overlook Ridge, or whatever you want to call it. We got 3 bomb bugs, monster gates in the way of going anywhere, so if I just try to blow up, then you are out of reach. Can't get in here, so we're gonna have to do something different. There's this push block in this weird little structure here. Oh, by the way, right, flying snake can safely rest over hot coals. That was observed. So as we saw very briefly, and this room will reinforce it if you forgot because there was kind of a lot going on, blocks can be pushed by explosions. There's this block here that I can't get out without trapping myself. I could push it in the pit, but that doesn't do me any good. 1 free bomb bug. Only real available action is to blow this up, move it over, and I have a block now. What's that for? Well, blocks can do many things. Among the things they can do, they can block sight lines, and that's useful because if this does not advance to the north, I have a safe place to step here where I can go east and eliminate that, and the room is done. So, after Ridgeline, we get to Tower Plaza, where we're going toward the Tower of Destiny, as we saw. Let's see, if I go here and click on this sign because I read... oh. Okay, so I would have to actually change an advanced setting for that, wouldn't I? Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, so it's a little bit harder than I might like to reread a sign from a distance. Okay, if I click here, then I can reread it by inspecting. Tower Destiny ahead, follow road. Yeah, so like if I click now, I want this preview to go away and take me back to where I am, and that's the default behavior. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So these are fairly standard things. Screen shake is just for explosions, by the way. There's a move count if you want it up there. Journal notifications, I can get it to shut up if you don't want to see those. Controls, we looked at those briefly. Are there any of these controls I haven't used? There's a redo button that I haven't pressed. Oh, and I don't have the keybind for this. Just as I didn't have the one for the controller, but that's an artifact of my individual setup here. I don't think that'll be an issue for anyone else. Next floor and map, previous floor and map. Yeah, we used all these except redo. By the way, redo, undo, 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 redo, redo, redo. It's exactly what it sounds like. So anyway, right, here in advanced settings, there's all sorts of stuff you can change. You can move your sidebar and top bar around if you prefer a different way. I like it this way. This is like Drod style. This is like... which way around is... Does Tactical Nexus have a thing up here? I don't think it does, but anyway, yeah. So Tactical Nexus style on the right if you prefer that. Whatever, if you like it on the bottom, you can have it there. Show initial state, right, okay, so that's for this. So I'm holding my button, I release my button. Guess I'm going through these now. I press and release the button, press and release the button. Interesting. Different behavior. Oh, that's an incongruity. With hold, it goes back to current. With toggle, it goes to preview. Okay, so yeah, bunch of problems in like that area. So that's another one for me to fix. Oh boy, I am glad I'm doing this now. Okay, so anyway, that's how it's supposed to work. hide cursor on keyboard or gamepad input. So if I set that to no, move my cursor around, I can just keep on pointing at stuff without it going away. But usually I want it to go away. There we go, it's gone. Let's not talk about all this stuff. It's pretty complicated. What I wanted to show was, right, mouse click exit room preview. Usually I want that, but if I want to reread a sign, I might have to set it to no. And sure, that's all fine. All right, I'll maybe talk about the other stuff later. Anyway, the point is, that sign there was directing me to the Tower of Destiny. We've arrived at the Tower Plaza. There are lots of signs saying lots of things. West, Overlook Point, that's where I came from. Northwest, Angry Eye Canyon. Ooh, shiny thing. So this is a fast travel system of sorts. I can go to any other waypoint that I have found, which is currently 0 because that's the first one. North, Tower of Destiny. Farther north, Block Hills. So Tower of Destiny, that is the destination. It's here. Requires a type of key we've never seen to get in. East, Slug Marsh. South, Statue Volcano. So this is the central hub. This is the point at which the game opens up. You get lots of choices about where to go. And can kind of tackle these in any order you wish. So next time I'll pick one and go through it, and we'll see what that's like.